Smells like excellence. Yo, what's good guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and review on what I consider some bad boys. These things right here are fresh as man, like I love these. But this is the SIA Collective EVO, and SIA Collective is short for somewhere in America. But anyways, this is a friend of mine's brand. His name is Devlin. He's been working on this for quite a while, not this model, but just the brand itself. You might have heard about them recently because recently they've been in the news because of the whole Kyrie sneaker free agent. They have talked to Kyrie's people. That's about all I know.
You know more, but you can't be saying things.
Exactly. I know a little bit more. Again, Devlin's my friend. We've been talking back and forth for what feels like years. I'm sure it has been recently, especially about some of those things. Like he's got some stuff coming, man. I wish I could share it with you guys, but I can't. All I know is that I'm excited. Anyways, this is one of his newer lifestyle models. It's called the Evo, which it's got everything that you've come to expect from SIA. So if you're a previous SIA customer and you grab a pair of these, you're probably gonna like these. I will take that back a little bit. This comes with a little bit more than what you'd expect, only because the comfort level on these is way greater than some of their other stuff, I think. I still stand by my original thought, which I think was in the Vulture shoe or in the SIA skate shoe, but either way, whenever I wear one of his shoes, I feel like I'm peaking in my freshness category, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not like a stylish guy or anything. All I know is that when I look down and I got one of his shoes on my feet, for some reason, maybe it's because it's like an independent brand, but I just feel good, man. You know, look good, feel good, play good. It's one of those types of things. So even though I'm not hooping in these, maybe soon. But anyways, again, this is the SIA Evo. The colorway itself is called the Racisms, which, I mean, you can't argue with that. If you do, you're a piece of shit. And I think that this is one of his best looking versions of this shoe just because it mutes everything, but not in a way to where you can't see in any of the design. You can actually see it perfectly because of all of the accents that he's done to it, which is a great feature on design shoes, at least shoes with paneling and stuff. This is where you can't get this out of a sock shoe. You know what I mean? Like you could try, and he did that actually really well, where there's different color placements in a one-piece sock knit, which is interesting, but this is the way that I love shoes. So you got obviously lots of color in the sock area, but you've got lots of contrasting materials within the rest of the upper, despite it being all black. So I think that these look really awesome. The outsole itself is very simple. You got, you know, simple lugs and things like that, but it's also got all this customized somewhere in America stuff. You also have the logo right there in the back, which is awesome. Where this is different than some of his other shoes, some of his other shoes are a one-piece mold. So it's an outsole and midsole combo, whether that be a cup sole like on the skate shoes or the do-it-yourself ones, or like the Vultures where it's a one-piece piece of foam. This one is more traditional in the sense of there's a rubber outsole and then an EVA midsole. So this, as far as comfort goes, these are hella comfortable, man. Like I was surprised. And I've already had some of his other shoes that are really comfortable, but this one, I was just stoked about that. Now the design inspiration for this particular shoe is really interesting because my first thought was a really elevated looking Yeezy. I actually asked Devlin, hey, did you use the Yeezy's inspiration? And he laughed. So what the Evo stands for is actually he took design inspiration from his three favorite Andre Agassi models, which I thought was like crazy. I was like, what the? And once he showed it to me, like I was like, ah, I see it all. He used a little bit of the AirTech Challenge 2, a little bit of the AirTech Challenge 4, as well as the Nike Air Flare. And the fact that he took all of those and wrapped them up into what looks like a runner, you know what I mean? Like a beefcake runner. I thought that was super slick. Some of the colors you're not gonna be able to see on this colorway because they're all black and everything, but some of the previous colorways do have some of the splatter paint and things like that, which would typically be from the AirTech Challenge 2. But there's paneling, like this back panel right here is from the AirTech Challenge 4, and then the toe area is from the Nike Air Flare. Now, as far as the materials go, you should already know, like this is dope. I don't get shoes, at least not for this price, this nice. And this is how like every model of his comes, unless it's one of the knit ones or one of his foam-based shoes, which are obviously, there's no premium materials on there, you know what I mean? It's just all foam. So yeah, the leather on here looks great. Also, the closer that you get to it, you can just see how nice the coating is. Like it's a synthetic coat, which is polyurethane, but it's not made in a way to where the texture looks like it's just garbage, you know what I mean? Like this actually looks nice. The suede on here is super buttery as well. Again, the patent leather is genuine patent leather, so that means that it's a leather piece with a patent coating finish, much like the polyurethane polyurethane coat on the regular leather. Something that I think is really cool is how they got this ribbing in here. It's part of the material, you know, so I don't know if they press that, deboss, emboss, I'm not sure. But yeah, it just looks really, really cool. Also, something that I didn't know until he talked to me about it. So this guy right here, I thought was just a one-piece lace, and just how they come is how they come, because you're able to slide your foot in there, no problem, you know what I mean, because of the sock or knitted build inside the shoe. However, these are actual laces, and he did tell me that he's making new ones because he's not a fan of the thin lace. So future colorways will have other lace options, like a slightly thicker like rope lace and everything like that, which again, if you're a previous customer, he does that regularly, where they come with a pretty fat lace, but then there's also even fatter laces that you can get for your shoes. But anyways, you can unscrew this thing. I think that's really dope. It's cool. And just in case you needed extra flair with your shoes, look at this iridescent reflective piping. Like, come on, dude. And the entire internal sock is reflective as well. Look at this, by the way. I just think that's really slick. And it's got his branding on there. It's sick as it's got the really cool like racism logo. So yeah, this is super dope. And in case you wanted just even a little bit more, the outsole's glow in the dark, man. Like, he thought of everything and then he threw it in one shoe. Excellent. And he does that with every shoe. Now the insole is this guy right here. So it's kind of like a really thick polyurethane feeling insole. This is the one part of the shoe where obviously you could take it out and replace it, but this is the one part of the shoe that I dislike. Basically, you could feel the heel to toe drop. So the toe is really thin, but still very comfortable and bouncy. The heel is a little bit lifted. So for me, when I wear a shoe like that or an insole like that, it makes me feel like my arch is missing. My arch of my foot's not missing, but like there's like nothing under it. And so for me, it feels a little bit weird. If you take that out and you replace it with any other insole that you want, they'll still fit just as nice as the rest of them. And you won't have that weird kind of like heel to toe feeling. So that would be my only recommendation, is if you don't like the way that the insole feels, just take it out and put in a different insole and you should be good to go. Speaking of fit, by the way, they do fit true to size. So whatever you typically wear, that's what I would order, with the caveat of he only has full sizes or whole sizes. There is no half size. So if you happen to wear a half size, I would recommend going down to your nearest whole size. So if you wear a 9.5, I'd go to a 9. If you wear a 10.5, go to a 10, so on and so forth. That's just my personal recommendation, just so that you don't get them too big. But anyway, sound off below and let us know what you think about these. Again, this is the Sia Evo. Down below in the comment section, are you with these? Are you not? Do you own a pair? If you do, again, feel free to leave your review on them down below in the comment section. That, believe it or not, helps out all of our viewers. So it's not just my word that you're listening to, it's the actual consumers, which I am an actual consumer, in case you didn't know. I buy all of these shoes. But just in case you wanted a more well-rounded kind of like opinion, and you know, you wanted to source some things, leave your review down below in the comments, man. It'll help somebody out there out. I guarantee it. Ooh, I didn't mean to sound like that guy.
I guarantee it.
I guarantee it. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. Again, let us know what you think about these down below in the comment section, especially if you own a pair. And if you don't, are you looking forward to maybe owning a pair in the near future? I don't know. But again, thank you guys so much for being here. We greatly appreciate it, and we will catch you on the next one. So until then, have a good one.